this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts, and welcome to day 2 of my Christmas cards challenge. Today with a clean and simple card. I've learned a lot about clean and simple cards from Christine Stokes, and I'm going to link to her channel below because she gave me this tip in one of her last videos, that if you put a matting layer onto a card, it puts more interest to it than if you just use the base on its own on a white on white card. I've chosen for today to have a green card base. I'm going to put a white panel in for the sentiment later and for the greetings. But yeah, this is, as I said, this is a new style to me. But I was also inspired by seeing different cards recently that just work with very simple shapes. At first, I showed you this yesterday in the video in my stash. At first I wanted to do something with a round shape, and then I thought, no, I'm going to cut this down and to a triangular shape, and then this will look a bit like a Christmas tree. And I thought, how can I combine this? I don't want to have too many pattern cardstock. At first I thought maybe go for glitter, but I just decided to go with plain cardstock, which I cut down to the same size. At first I thought maybe I should use one of my diamond dies, but I found the angles were a bit funny, so I just drew the shape on the back and cut it out with my guillotine, and then used this as a template for the other two. And I have chosen two colours that go nicely with the tartan paper there, but I didn't want to leave them plain because I still thought they needed some sort of interest, so I dry embossed these with my two embossing folders here. If I still can find them on the internet and they're available, I'm going to link to them below. When you dry emboss, don't forget to use your water. Mist the cardstock slightly before you put it in, which keeps it from cracking, and it dry embosses very nicely. So the other thing I would like to show you is a sentiment that I actually heat embossed last year onto red cardstock and cut it out. I'm not going to link to this directly below, and I'll tell you why. This is when you buy cheaply off the internet from Asia. As I said, I cut these last year. I've got loads left here, but I don't know if it's down to storage because I didn't have in a folder. This panel that you're supposed to cut out in one, it actually shrank on the sides, so I'm not even sure if I can still use it. I can probably rescue it by just cutting these apart, but this is when you buy cheap, so it's probably not worth it. And if you find something from a reputable company and you spend a bit more, that's worth doing. And I had to learn that the hard way recently. I also didn't realize that many of the Asian sites actually copy designs by stamp companies, so I started buying locally, especially from companies in Wales like Lavinia Stamps and Visible Image, which are great companies. So as I said, but I said I would use up my stash, so I decided to use these. And I'm also already decided what I'm going to do with the other ones. I have put some foam tape on the back. This is a very thin foam tape, already pre-cut, and it's in strips, which makes it very easy to take off and cut down to size. Again, if I can find that online, I think I got it through Amazon. I'm going to link to that below because I find it really, really handy. So the other thing I've done, I haven't only dry embossed these, but I've also dry embossed these, but basically just on the scoreboard. Again, this is a new technique to me as well, but I find it very effective. It just gives a little bit of a base without having too much of an embellishment. So I cut this to size slightly smaller than my base. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I've learned of Natasha Foote when you try to get this onto your card base without rearranging it, or you want to get it out and down straight. So what you do is you put some tape on all the edges and a little bit of tape in the middle, which I've already stuck down. And this is actually the tricky bit, getting this all off. There we go. So, and what you do here, you don't peel the whole tape off, you just pull a little bit off and you press it down so it sticks down like this. Some days this comes off easily, on other days it can be a bit of a struggle. Let me find my pokey tool. Nope, not today. There we go. So now we line this up on our card base. I always find it easiest if I put it straight down onto my grid. Once you've placed it down, you press the middle bit down where you've got the tape, and then all you need to do, keeping this down here, is pull these out and you've got it straight all the way around. That just makes it very, very simple. Okay, so now I just need to lay these down. I obviously tested this before when I die cut them, decided what colours I wanted, what size I wanted. Another good tip is to take a photo of how you aligned them if you've got lots of little bits, and then you can refer to that if you have to take them all off, because they can easily get mixed up again. You might not remember how you laid them down. Obviously with 3 pieces it's not a problem. So I just use my construction glue, just press it down. This one, as you can see, is a bit shorter, but that's deliberate. And this one, as I said, I've already put some foam tape on the back, sorry, some foam squares or rectangles. Again, if you've got little bits and bobs, it's really good for using up your stash. And then this again, as I said, line it up on your grid, and then you can see that this is actually in the base as well. And then all we need to do is add the sentiment at the bottom. Again, you can line that up straight, and you've got obviously got these lines as well. And there we go. A very simple, as the name says, clean and simple card, but very effective. Also works nice as a mail card, because men might not like, you know, the sparkly cards too much. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and you might like to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. Okay, see you tomorrow for day number 3 in my Christmas card challenge.